This is Joseph Lucero with Powerlifting Technique, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite exercises, which is the hammer curl. The reason why I like the hammer curl is because it is, in fact, the strongest bicep movement you can do to isolate the elbow joint to help you thrive in multiple parts of your performance. So if you're a strongman, a powerlifter, even a bodybuilder, a football player, any kind of traditional athlete, the hammer grip bicep curl is a great tool, and it works more muscles than you think. The reason why it's called a hammer curl is because when you grip and perform the curl, the dumbbell head and your forearm make like a hammer shape. And what you do is basically allow the dumbbells to move forwards and backwards. Now, we could very much hyper-focus on the nuances of this movement. Keep your elbows stable, don't allow your arms to swing. But I actually don't mind when my clients and athletes swing with the dumbbells, because even though you swing the weights come up, you have to control it on the way down. So during the shortening phase, you get assistance. But on the stretching phase, you don't get a lot of assistance, and you get a lot of growth during that phase of the movement too. But nonetheless, you're gonna let your arms come up and down using this grip. And this movement is occurring in the sagittal plane. So what that means is the dumbbells are going up and down, forwards, backwards. And what muscles you're training are the biceps. Now, your bicep anatomy has two parts. You got the short head, and you got the long head, which exists on the outside. Because it's a hammer grip, you're gonna get more recruitment from the long head, but you will get some recruitment from the short head. Now, in addition to this, because you're doing this curling motion and have a neutral grip, you're also gonna work the brachioradialis muscle, which is that ball of muscle that exists from right here down your forearm. So a lot of people who are fitness athletes will do the hammer curl because that'll let that bulge of muscle exist so your arms look bigger and have a better look to them. But you got your biceps, brachioradialis, and then one of the most important flexors of the elbow that's being trained is the brachialis muscle, and that is a deep muscle that exists below the bicep. So if you look at the anatomy, it exists underneath the bicep. It's actually the strongest muscle of the arm that allows the arm to go from here and then down. The desire of the flexors are to bring the arms together, but that muscle, the brachialis, that's deep and you can't see, is super strong and only gets trained with the neutral grip or maybe perhaps even an overhand grip. But when you do movement, deadlifts or bench press or anything that allows your elbow to bend, that brachialis muscle is the strongest muscle that keeps everything together. In fact, when you train it, because it's below the bicep, if it gets bigger or stronger, it allows that bicep head to push up more, so it looks like you have bigger arms. But besides me obsessing over the anatomy of the hammer curl, what's great about this movement is it doesn't give a lot of people pain. When people do barbell curls, the problem is they go underhand, and forcing an underhand grip is not natural for us. So when you grab a barbell, there's a lot of pain that exists in the elbow joint. But with a hammer grip bicep curl, that's more of a natural movement, and it's training multiple muscles at the same time. So there's a massive benefit to that. Now, let's say you've gotten really good at hammer curls. You're curling 50 pounds, 60 pounds, and you want some kind of different stimulus. Something else you can do is you can do these cheat curls where you swing the weight up and then you try to hold it as slow as you can on the way down, cheat again, and you just focus on the stretch. That's one variation you can do. Another variation, which is hard for you to see right now, is what if I did hammer curls besides standing up? What if I leaned on a bench and did hammer curls like this? So if I was leaning on a bench, now the ankle of tension is different. Now I can exaggerate different fibers of the bicep because I'm leaning forward. Or if I reclined backwards, I could do more exaggeration at the bottom of the movement too. Another thing you could try is reverse curls. So grab a barbell, overhand grip, and go this way. That's another movement that can help overload your hammer curl if you want to try something different and you want to train all those same muscle groups just like the hammer curl. If I was to limit myself to just a few exercises in the world, this would be one of my top 5 because it's that important and it allows your arms and biceps to not just get bigger, but also to be stronger as well. If you liked the video, if you have more questions, concerns, or want to leave a comment to talk more about this movement, feel free, subscribe, like the video, let us know what you think, and hopefully we'll catch you next time.